Hello dudes and gentlemen, Feltus45 here again, filling the gap for my absence of Nuclear Dawn videos with a review of the indie Steam game known as Sanctum, developed by Coffee Stain Studios. Sanctum is a tower defense style game with a dash of first-person shooter. Do I have some kind of fetish for reviewing these hybrid games? Well, anyway, let's get on with it. For those of you that don't know what the hell a tower defense game is, I have to assume you were born after the year 2000, and I will explain it from such a perspective. Tower defense is a subgenre of real-time strategy. The object is to place units on a field. These units destroy enemies attempting to reach a target. Enemies will take the shortest path to the target and attempt to destroy it. These enemies come in waves, and with succession, enemies grow in strength and numbers. While you have downtime between rounds, you may build or upgrade units. You are encouraged to make a maze-like system out of your tower units to slow the enemies down. During the attack phase, your towers will pummel your foes with all arsenal in their possession. Nearly all tower defense games have a multitude of different enemies, each with their own annoying ability, whether that be flight, speed, or give up and hide in a near impenetrable shell for a fortnight. Anyway, if you're thinking, why don't you just build a wall around the target so the bad guys can't get to it? All tower games have a logic system that requires at least one walkable path to the target. Enemies will calculate the shortest path, so get your troll logic out of here. So let's talk about premise. You play a delightfully vicious girl named Sky who is a soldier of sorts with the duty of protecting Elysian 1, her home and I assume many others, from a mixed band of alien hordes attempting to destroy the core. There is no further explanation of the story, but by all means, it doesn't end there. The environment seems to paint a picture and tricks you into making conclusions to fill in your own blanks about this mysterious, dystopian, utopian future. The single-player, campaign, I guess you would call it, has you playing on several fields, each in a different setting with unique layouts. Enemies also come from multiple directions in most maps, so the gameplay varies, giving it a good repeat value. The levels really are beautiful, and I apologize this review is only showing them on medium settings to maximize the frame rate during recording. This is definitely one of the best looking tower defense games I've ever played, and the great ambiance just factors into the refined gameplay. As mentioned earlier, FPS does play a major role in this game. With Sky, you are able to run around your map, building structures, upgrading them, and most notably fighting the hordes. Your arsenal currently includes the sniper rifle, shotgun, assault rifle, and freeze ray. Each have their own special abilities. Weapons can also be upgradable during your build phase, giving them a lot more punch. It's probably a good idea to balance power between weapons and towers. The developers have done a great job updating and releasing content, so stay on your toes for new weapons. There is some DLC content out there that I'd highly suggest. The Violator Tower will cost you 99 cents on Steam and will save you the shame of snapping a keyboard in half and throwing it at your grandma after you've been overrun by a horde of enemies. True story. No, it wasn't. Anywho, I'm sure we will see more of these towers, weapons, and maps available in the future. If you decide to punish yourself by playing unlimited as opposed to a set number of waves, enemies become increasingly more difficult even after you've upgraded all of your weapons and towers. I'd recommend sticking to a set number of rounds, but I'm thankful they left this option open for everyone to choose. After completing the single player portion, I recommend you take it to the interwebs, where you can self-host within the game or join a game with up to 3 other people. Coordinate strategy, combine resources to upgrade towers, and have some serious lols with a built-in speech engine.
We are going to get pounded. Gentlemen, prepare your buttholes.
Some of you may recognize the speech engine from the ever-popular PC game Moonbase Alpha. Whether you're playing online or offline, it is important to choose your towers and weapons carefully. Choosing only towers that target ground forces will leave your skies open to a devastating air raid. While I'm on the topic of towers, I should probably give you an idea of what they actually do. Each tower has its own stats. Some may be very fast, but very weak, while others may have massive range and power, but at a very low fire rate. It is important to diversify so you can create a self-sufficient maze that can take on any mob thrown at it. Also, I should probably mention televators. They take the space of one block and you can fast travel to them and spawn at them if you fall off the map. There is no penalty for death either. Also, there is no health bar. Touching enemies will only knock your character back and disable their weapon for a second or two. So unlike regular first-person shooters, you really never fear death in Sanctum. Luckily, every game I've played online, people seem to know what they were doing and balance the maze very well. I find it really hard to slap a number on a game, especially when there's no universal scale for rating. Instead, I hope you have listened well to what I've said, or at least saw all the pretty colors. I personally enjoyed the game, and after days of gameplay too. At times I did get sick of it, but I found myself coming back to it weeks later and having the same flame reignited. Most tower games lack that level of replay value. The developers knew this and designed the game to solve what others did not. The game is still receiving free updates and DLC packages at a very low cost, so if you love tower defense games or just want to check one out, you're guaranteed never to go elsewhere. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you thought about the game or would like to know about it. Rate the video, it helps me out, and subscribe if you like. And thanks again for watching everybody. This has been Feltus45.